Hello everyone, welcome back. I have sewn everything together. I have Mod Podged the cover. I've been giving it a little bit of massaging just to kind of soften it up. It still has that crinkly, little bit quilted feel, yeah, oops. I've got too much stuff in here. It's closing in on me. Yeah, everything is sewn in to the signature. Now we have the envelope in the center, and if you remember, this one did not exactly close properly. So I am going to add some of this trim to cover that up. I used a wider trim on purpose because I want to kind of go up a little bit here. If I start where that curve starts and go across, I think that'll look nice, and then it's kind of hanging over, oh, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So let me trim this off. It looks like right about here. Can't even remember for 2 seconds. There we go. All right. So like I said, I'll start where this curve starts, and then yeah, that should hang down just far enough to keep that. So let me draw myself a little guideline so I can go straight, because I am not good at going straight these days. I don't trust myself, and I'm just going to do it here in the middle a little bit. But that way I know where also to put the glue. I'm going to turn this around to me so I can see a little bit better, and get that on there like that. Well, kind of make sure I'm stretching that out. Now, did I get it even with drawing that line? Should be about 7/8, yeah. So see, that envelope looks nice, and we have plenty of room to put stuff in, and then flap that closed. And while I'm working on this, I am gonna keep this paper clip on here because yeah, it'll just make it easier. Okay, so we fixed the pocket. Now let's fix some front and back pockets. So I did go ahead and mark this because every time I would flip this around, I couldn't remember, do I want it on this way? Do I want it this way? I did decide to leave this with the birds on the front. So, all right, so let's do some larger pockets. Now, we have the journal card page in the Ephemera, but I think what I'm going to do for journal cards is I'm going to go through the patterns and kind of print the background pages to a page and get some journal cards, get some journal cards that way, because I want these two for my front and back pocket. And the pockets that I have in here, there's a pocket page right here, these are a little smaller than what I want for my front and back pocket, so I'm going to use these two here. And then I thought we would make a fancy tag for the front and back pocket, maybe a throwback to the Fab Tag collab type of thing. So I'm just gonna trim this down, you know, double layered with all the little tiny ephemera pieces, and I have some coin holders, the cardboard coin holders, which I thought would be fun as well. I saw a video that Wendy's Journal Adventures, Wendy did when the tag collab came out. It's been a few years, and I thought it would be fun to follow that. They turned out really cool, so we will do that for the tags that go inside of this when we get to that. Now, what do we want to do for these pockets? I think I'll put maybe I'll use that large lace if I have enough left of it, and make that look like a longer pocket. I think I do, actually. Oh yeah, I have plenty. So let's decide which way around we want. We want it this way, and this doesn't really matter. I think I like this way better. And then I am going to use the tab punch because I can. These measure 5 inches, so I'm going to come at 2.5. And that will be centered. All right. Then we will ink these with our scattered straw, which I have. I'm really liking the way that turns out. It's completely different than using the brown. So I think there's one called Worn Corduroy or something like that I'd like to get, which kind of has, it reminds me similar of this, but maybe more of a green base. Alright, let's do this side. I don't need to use the bottom because the lace is going to be there. Alright, so let's decide how we want this to be. I think this is the back side, actually. So I think I'm going to put that motif right across the bottom like that. And yeah, I think I need to cut this straighter though. I didn't cut that very straight last time. So yeah, that's going to put my glue line about 1/2 inch. Now I can't follow my line, as you can see, because my line is never straight. So let's just do it like, I'm going to follow this motif, this little, I don't know, it reminds me of an eyeball. And then do that. I am going to pull out the big scissors though, because for some reason, to me, this is easier to cut the lace with the big scissors. Yeah, this one went down just a smidge, but I think we're okay there. That looks good. And we'll do this one the same. The reason I do the circles is because the glue is less noticeable that way, in theory. And I don't remember which way this goes. I think it goes this way. Alrighty. There again, I'm going to come along the bottom of that oval eye-shaped motif. And I got the left pretty good that time. So the one thing I will caution you about is make sure your hand is out of the way, because these Tim Holtz scissors will cut right through your finger. I've had it happen before. And I still have some left over for some clusters later on. Alright, so we will definitely do that. Do I want to put some bling on these? I'm wondering. Because whatever I start now, I'm going to have to carry through the whole thing. So let me see what I've got. I do have blue. I have 3 different pinks. And I have kind of a peachy color. I have this, let's see what else is in here. This blue is a little too aqua for me. Those are white. When you put those, okay, so these are more pearlescent. Those are high on the list. And then I do have these. I want to use these in one of the journals, but not this one. But I want to use those. I have 3 different shades of peach, looks like, too. This is a more champagne. I think this is the one I always end up going with. Let's see. And some of these are like colored rhinestones, but yeah. Do I want to go with those, or do I want to go with the pearls? I think I'm going to go with the pearls because it's more feminine, and I use these a lot, so I think I'm going to go with the ivory colored ones, and I will keep those out. Whatever I use for a particular journal while I'm working, I just keep that on my desk until the project is over, and then so if I pull something out, I'll keep it close. That way I know I'm using the same kinds of things. And yeah, so where do we want to put these? Now we need to decide that. I think I can put them in the motifs, but oh no, I don't want to do that. And I'll tell you why. Because it's not centered, and that will drive me nuts. Because, well, this is half and half. This one would be okay. This one has a half piece over here, so this one would work, this one will not. So I'm just going to put the pearls on the side. I think that'll be better. And I'll probably put this one in the front. So let's, whoa, I don't want that much. I just barely want to a little kiss of glue on there, because these are very small and they don't take a lot of glue. So maybe I'll use the measurements on my mat, and that will help me like a Hershey's Kiss. I'm going to have lots of strings. Okay, let's do this one on this side. Okay. Now I have a big old glob of glue on this one over here, so let's find something to take that off with. Don't think I need that whole blob. Alright, so 1. Oh, they're different sizes, aren't they? I can't tell which one's which. These look smaller. All right. And I will take those strings off in a minute. All right. I can't even see the glue on this side. Let's see. I'm gonna get these flipped over where I can pick them up. There we go. Did I get them somewhat in the same spot? They're not going to be together, so it's not going to matter that much. But this one doesn't have all the stringy stuff on it. A little bit. This one has a lot because that first little piece had too much. But I think I can get most of this off. There we go. Okay, now let's get this stuff up. I should have put this on a piece of paper, that would have been easier. Because I bought these on Amazon years ago after I saw a video by Shell Radcliffe, and they came so staticky I couldn't get them out of the container. I don't even know how. See, they're still sticking to me. I don't know how to get the static off. It's been years and they're a little bit better. I had to take them out of the bag, but yeah, they're still have a little bit of static there. Alright, so let's put these in. Oh, I forgot that was there. Oh well. It's done is done. This is really going crazy today. Okay. You know, I have one of those weight things to hold the pages down. Can't find it. Oh. That's what happens when you put stuff away. I'm not going to worry about tacking down the lace. It's glued to the card. I'm just going to stick that right there. You know, I'm going to come down a little bit, let it hang over the bottom just a tad. That will also cover up my writing. There we go. But that'll look cool too. So I changed my mind. I'm going to come down here and tack this down a little bit. Otherwise it's going to be flapping up on the cover, and that looks pretty good like that. I think I can still get this down a little bit more even. Yeah, okay. Then let's do the back. Okay, let's see. Right about there. Make sure it's even. Tack the lace down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and attempt this tag for the front and back pocket. And these are the components that I'm using, you know, for a layered tag, but you feel free to use, you know, whatever you have, because I've dipped into my scrap bin and what have you. So we have two of these large ones, so I took one of these and then this neutral one, which I thought was fun, and then I took one of these because there's two of those in there, and then I took another neutral one for that, and then I have just some pieces, you know, miscellaneous, so I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces of this. just for some interest. This was a piece of scrap that I just took out of my bin and cut it in half. I did take 2 of these tabs. So these are kind of small, but I think they'll work. And I just, I wonder if my hole punch will work for this. Not quite. I need a smaller hole punch. Let me get my 1 inch and see if that'll work. I think it's probably right between the 1.5 and the... Nope, that's 1.25. All right, well that's okay. We'll just cut it out. So now what we want to do is just kind of stack them. Now I am going to ink them, but I want to play with this a little bit. That one's going to be stacked here. This one's going to be stacked here. And probably want to put, just in the style of the tag, fab, tag, collab. This isn't going to work there, so that's why I have this one little piece that I can stick over here just to have something sticking out. It doesn't have to be anything big, it just adds a little bit of texture. And I think we'll use a little bit of this and have piece of this coming out instead. We have that there, and we can have this piece here. We could put this on top, couldn't we? Yeah, let's put that there, and we don't really need this piece. We will use that one there. And I want a little piece of lace for that one too, but maybe not as much. Oh, maybe we'll put the lace trim on that. Does that fit? Pretty much. And then we could have that, or maybe on the opposite side here, and have this piece here. Once we ink it, it'll look completely different. This is a less exciting pattern than this one, so it needs a little bit more, so maybe we could run this across the top. And then the other thing that's going to have is these coin holders, little, to look kind of like a specimen or something, or just a framed image. Now these do have kind of a plastic coat. It's not really a plastic coating, it's the film. I'm thinking, yeah, it's the film. It's completely laid over the top, so it does take a little bit longer to dry. But I want to go ahead and ink this because this is very stark white, and because it's the oxide, it's going to be a little wet longer. This is kind of a glossy cardstock on the outside, and so it's going to resist the ink too, but I am going to glue this down, so I only need to do one side like so. And then if you touch it, you'll leave fingerprints on it. So, and you can see I smudged the clear part, so let me get a little of this Where's the other one? I got a new rag. I'm going to have to cut these. These are way too big. I got these, I think they're called bar towels, but they are like 27 by 27. They're square. They're great. I like them because they're thin. They kind of like diaper material. But they, I'm just getting that off the window. They are really cool to clean up with, and I just need to cut them in fourths because they're way too big. Let's see, I had this over here like that, and then I punched with my hole puncher a couple of images. Now my hole puncher is being naughty. I'm going to put this more colorful one on this, and this simple bird one here I'm going to put on the patchwork tag. But I'm just going to glue that in because I'm not going to use the back side, so it will be glued to the front of the tag. So I'm going to get the air out of the bottle. There we go. I'm just going to glue those down inside. I'll leave the opening at the top. I already know that it's going to fit pretty well in that window. Did you see what I did? So I'm going to have to ink. I'm going to have to ink the other side, so that's okay. I was originally only going to have to ink one side, but alright. So I am going to close that down, and then you can see our bird in the window. I'm going to clip this while I do the other one, and then I will ink it. I think just clipping it like that will be sufficient. What would have been nice is the ones that were adhesive, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and glue this in, and then I'll ink them both at the end. Okay, this it doesn't really matter. This arrangement looks good no matter which direction it is. Okay. I don't want it oozing out, but I would like that to be. And I think I'll go ahead and transfer these over. We'll be good. Alright, so I'm going to have to ink this now and be more careful. Actually, I have a mask that I did for this because when I did this last time, we kind of stamped over it, and oops, just made a mess over there. I can put that right in the middle, and then I'll be able to ink that without messing up the window. And I don't need it perfectly even or anything like that. I'm not going for anything like that, but that ought to work. Okay. Here we go. And then we want to do the same thing on this one. Basically, on this white, that shows up really yellow, which straw is yellow, so that makes sense. Keep my fingers off of it until it dries. And here we go. Yeah, those are cute. Alright, I like them. And that was just from the miscellaneous ephemera page that we had in the collection. So, alright, let's do, let's try to assemble these while those are drying. I want to put a little bit of ink around this tag. Okay, and this piece as well. I was thinking there was another piece in there. I guess it's just that lace. And like I said, I got this tag idea from Wendy at Wendy's Journal Adventure. Alright, so we have that one. I'm going to glue this down here, like so. I only want that piece hanging off, but this is going to go on top. And this piece can go, well, we have that there. Oh, it's not the same. Okay. Let's do, oh, we have it here. Okay. Let's do, yeah, let's just do it where we had it. I kind of want to tuck it under that part. So I'm just going to set it on the side like that. And let's see, there's a lot going on this tag, so I don't need to add a lot more. But and I'm not sure I even want to add this. I may add that to the top. What did I do with the other piece of it? So I had two of them at one point. Oh, I have one over here, because I could put that on the top of that one as well, and then that would give me a place to put my eyelet. I am not, yes, okay. Like I'm not even recording. Alright, so I've got those on there. There's flowers sticking out. I'm not going to add anything. I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. And I need to I need to ink the back of this big tag, because so we can use it for journaling. I think that's pretty straight. Alright, now I want to take this one that we had, and we're going to put a little tab on it, and I will ink that. Even though it's not going to be I am going to glue it down. Now I think, if I remember correctly, I need more on that. Wendy made a flap out of hers. Hers were a little bit bigger, so I'm gluing mine down instead of making a flap, but I think it'll be okay. And there'll still be journaling space on the card. So I'm going to put that there. Like that. And then we have this little pink stamp. This is from the one I printed 2 to a page, so it's really teeny tiny. And I'm just going to stick this on the corner there. Hoping it's right side up. Yes, it's a telegraph stamp of some sort. Just going to stick that there. Okay, that looks good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. So, okay, well, there we go. Glue it right there. That looks nice. Okay, let's set that aside for a minute while we work on this one. Oh, let's attach this so it doesn't go flying, which stuff has a tendency to do. There we go. All right. And I think I am going to put this one on the top like that. put our little tab on here too. Do I want to put it on the other side? I mean, it really doesn't matter. They're not going to be together, but I usually try and do opposites. Will it drive me crazy if it's not opposite? Who knows? Let's just do it and not worry about it. So I'll put the tab on this side. Maybe. Get it on there. Okay. Not maybe 1/8 of an inch from the top there. And you want to make sure, and I didn't make sure, that you glue this part, the actual tab part, together as well. Stay. Maybe it's better that you don't squeeze it down until after you've already glued that pocket on. But there is a little bit of a ridge on there. I think it'll be fine. And then I have another one of these stamps that I'll stick on here. Let's put it on the right direction. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's very subtle. I like it. I've done it with the pink before, and I really didn't want to do it with the pink this time, so. But I like this. What did I say it was called? Scattered Straw. Scattered Straw. I think I have the spray of this one too, but I could be wrong. Okay. So I want to run this lace right across here, just because. Okay, and that will come up over the top of that as well. I think I'm going to stick this, let's turn that the other way around, stick that right over here, and then maybe I'll put the lace coming out the bottom like that. Don't need a lot going on because I do want it to be used as a journaling card or a journaling spot. I think I'll go ahead and leave it like that. So let's glue this piece down. Okay, and glue this piece down. Oops, I made that a little bit too long. I'm going to wipe that off. Get my little eraser out. Okay. And that like that. I'm going to trim these off in just a second. Put this down. Oops, I keep dropping that. I apologize if you're listening on headphones. I don't know. I'm letting go. Oh my gosh, when we were on vacation, we left my sister-in-law's wedding, and we had taken a bottle of Martinelli's to take back to the hotel room, which we ended up bringing home with us. They just drank that a couple days ago. But when we got in the car, I thought my son-in-law had taken it out of my hand, and I let go of it, and it right on the ground. I was lucky it did not blow up. So it made it all the way home. Okay, I'm going to trim this off, and then we will ink this side. And let's get an eyelet in there. I'm going to use these eyelets again. These are, I don't know why some of them are in a bag and some of them are not. I guess we'll find out. Alright, let's do this one. Oh, let's ink first. There we go. And we will punch a hole. I glued that, didn't I? I didn't put enough glue. Okay. And put the eyelet in. I want that right on the edge. And set it. Okay. Now it looks good. Now let's do the next one. We want to ink the back side. And then I'm losing my light, which is weird because it's still early, but the angle has changed, so I'm having a hard time seeing in here. But so this is going to be my last video. Thank goodness. Let's see, it's 4:22 and I don't have to cook dinner tonight because I've got leftovers. So yay. Alright, let's, punch a hole. Do it on the correct side. And put the eyelet in. And set it. Okay, so what do we want to stick in the top of these? I feel like that's not tight enough. I'm going to do that again. Yeah, it's just rough. They must be old, different brand of some sort, because the We Are Memory Keepers, We Are Memory Keepers don't usually do that. All right, let's put some. I'm looking at my stash over here. I like this. This one. Yeah, I think I want to use this. And let's see. I'm going to cut off enough that I can tie, and then that'll be fun. Actually tie a bow. Okay. Like that. Fun, because sometimes this kind of trim, it's kind of, well, it's nylon, I guess. It's not, it's easy to, what am I trying to say? The lark's head knot, it won't stay because it's a little slippery. So if I can do it like this, it's good. And I wanted to tie a bow anyway. So there we go. Now, why are those on the opposite side? Well, I may have to play with it a little bit, but you get the idea. So there we go. And we have journaling spot here, and we have journaling spot there. So I really like that. I think that looks cool. All right, well, right when I was about to end the video, I almost made it. So we'll be back with probably some tucks or something next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.